introduce the unveiling of a beautiful painting, which is the other end of that corridor, and that was by Brian Haynes, and that painting is called Nourish, and it represents really all the aspects of Novus. So if you look into it deeply, you will see the chemistry, biology, and all the things that we try to do as a company. But we also are very interested in how things work, and we're very interested in innovation. And there's no more person more innovative in history than Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm going to let our resident Italian tell you all about
it's me
about this instrument. And also, I also want to recognize Ben Furman behind me here, because Ben was the principal architect for our building, a very beautiful building we're very proud of here. And that's how we came to know him when he was working with Clayco and Forum Studios to design the building. But we put him onto a different project, and Giovanni will talk to you, but I think it took a lot of life out of Ben along the way, but maybe Ben can say something about that too.
Thank you. Oh my. Leo and Geo, there we go. So it's this is a moment for me. 500 years ago, Leonardo da Vinci walking through a square, actually walking by a fountain, which is called the Pina, the Fontana della Pina. This is Italian for you that you may not know. It's the pineapple fountain. 500 years ago, he was listening to the music that was coming out of the water, falling into the fountain, and he said, I would like to have an instrument, an organ that would play with, sound like this fountain. And then he talked about this in 3 other events, in 3 other codex. Leonardo was like Kevin Maurer, was taking notes every time, he was going everywhere. That is a stretch. He had only 3 really sketches about this organ that was in his mind. I was visiting the Uffizi, and I would look at mock-up of this water organ that was done by an architect in Rimini, and the idea came to my mind that can be an association with what we are doing at Novus. It be an example of how an idea can turn into an innovation and create something that never has been built before, and in this case was just in Leonardo's mind. So I came back, and instead we went back to see the Uffizi exhibition again. It was on the 500th celebration of the death of Leonardo. And he said, that's a good idea, let's try. And of course, as that tries to complicate my life even more, he said, let's make it like Leonardo wanted to make or could have made it at that time. So without electricity, without material that was not available in 1500. Then like Leonardo, I had the idea and I passed the baton to Ben. It's easy, right? Ben, how about this doing this? And it was incredible the response that we have with people. I talked to, we have a few drinks, and then we said, oh, maybe we can do this. And then we engaged more and more people, and this was, I think, is the 3rd or the 4th that you made something incredible. The 7th. And I think we are making a movie when you need to see the first one that we saw in the garage was a warehouse with pipe, plastic, PVC pipe. That was the first mock-up. So it's an incredible day for me. And also the fact that Novus gave the possibility to have this idea materialize and recognize his band that has been so patient in spending so many hours trying to make it work. And this is the first one, and we have another one that is even more complicated than this one that we try to move around the world. So we try to carry this instrument around the world, so in different places in the world, so that other people can be exposed to it. This is a living instrument, so it will be perfected with time, and as more musicians will play with and will fine-tune with it. So I hope you will enjoy it. I think it's a piece of art, 500 later.
All right.
Thank you, Gio. I can recall that drink we had. I think in terms of hours that it cost me, it was the most expensive drink I had. I think at the end of this, and in Leonardo's mind either, we don't build musical instruments to look at them, we build them to make music. And in this case, the idea was that we could make music that couldn't be made without it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce on cello, Rolbauer Leet, on percussion, Bennett Schaefer, and the composer of the inaugural piece for Leo, which I have just titled Gio's Ego.
I didn't know, but I like it. For some reason.
Mr. Tony Esterly and the Leo Trio.
Thank you.